CCTV footage is of immense help in the present world. While their surveillance capacity is exceptional, they do a marvelous work in capturing moments that would sometimes not have a human account. Welcome to Bizarre Cases. I'm Joel, and today we're exploring 5 cold cases from years ago where CCTV has captured certain moments which have been of quite an importance. Without further ado, let's walk onto the edge of the unknown. Matrice Richardson. Matrice Richardson, 24, was well known for being naturally kind and extremely active, holding down 2 jobs as a store clerk and a dancer at an LGBTQIA+ club, in addition to an internship in psychology. On September 17, 2009, Matrice Richardson was detained after allegedly acting erratically in a restaurant where she allegedly sat down with a group of 7 people she did not know and placed an expensive Kobe beef order. The staff at Jeffrey's restaurant in Malibu, California, thought Matrice was having a mental health crisis and tried to get her some help, but Matrice ended up being arrested for not paying her bill. When Matrice was supposedly freed from the Calabasas jail in the early hours, her car was seized outside the restaurant, holding her phone, cash and keys, leaving her without a safe method to travel home or a way to call for assistance. According to the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department, Matrice did not exhibit any indicators of intoxication or mental illness at the time of her discharge. She was reported missing after the police were alerted after they saw her in a stranger's backyard at 6:30 in the morning in Monte Nido. A year after she vanished, Matrice's body was found in Malibu Canyon on August 9, 2010. Within the next few evenings following Matrice's disappearance, many claimed to have heard cries in the neighborhood. The body of Matrice was discovered in the ravine, naked and mummified, with her skull discovered apart from the rest of her body. Despite the peculiar circumstances surrounding the discovery of the body and its state, Matrice's case was never officially classified as a homicide, and authorities have concluded that no foul play was involved. Her family rejects this as an explanation. 4 months after Matrice vanished, then captain of the Malibu Lost Hills Tom Martin admitted he did have video footage of Matrice in the station during a meeting between the family and then Sheriff Lee Barker. The rest of them thought the video was done, but Matrice's cousin kept watching. After Matrice left the station, he saw something else 2 minutes later. There was someone that walked out, said Lauren. A shadow that walked out after her as she left the station. It's a real mystery as to what happened. No one knows how Matrice got there or what happened and how she ended up deceased. Lars Mittank. What started off as a fun trip to Eastern Europe turned into a family's greatest nightmare and an ongoing mystery. In 2014, 28-year-old Berlin resident Lars Mittank traveled to Bulgaria with his buddies but never returned. Years later, when an airport security video of his last known sighting went viral online, he was nicknamed the most famous missing person on YouTube. Despite the fact that millions of people have watched the Lars Mittank video online, he has never been located. Mittank told his friends that he had been beaten up when he eventually showed up at the Golden Sands Resort. Different friends provided various accounts, each of which contained various data. Mittank begged them not to and booked a later flight when his pals suggested delaying their departure till he recovered. Then he checked into a motel close to the airport where he started acting strangely and erratically. Lars Mittank was seen on surveillance footage from the hotel hiding in the elevator at midnight, sneaking out of the building and coming back hours later. He called his mother and said in a hushed voice that he was being targeted for robbery and murder. In addition, he texted her to ask her to deactivate his credit cards and inquire about his medicine. On July 8, 2014, Mittank entered Varna Airport. He met with an airport physician to check up on his injuries. The doctor told Mittank he could fly, but Mittank remained anything but at ease. According to the physician, Mittank looked nervous and asked him questions about the medication he was taking. Mittank was overheard saying, "I don't want to die here. I have to get out of here," before getting up to leave. He threw his things on the floor and raced out of the room. He scaled a barrier outside the airport, and after reaching the other side, he vanished into a neighboring woodland and vanished from sight. Rebecca Corium. Rebecca Corium, a 24-year-old employee of the Disney Wonder cruise ship who was from Chester, England, was last seen there. Corium was last seen on CCTV on March 22, 2011 at 5:45 a.m. in the crew lounge, talking on an internal phone line, wearing men's clothing and acting visibly upset. Corium was traveling from Los Angeles to Puerto Vallarta, Mexico. She never appeared or was heard from again after hanging up the phone. Disney staff were alerted when Corium failed to show up for her 9 a.m. shift and searched the ship in vain. The Mexican Navy and the United States Coast Guard were then asked to conduct an ocean search, but they too were unable to locate Corium.
It's very disheartening. It was sad and brings up a lot of questions in your own minds.
At one point we thought it might be part of the skit, like Mickey's gonna find somebody, but at the same time you never really know.
Rebecca's father, Mike Corium, claims that Disney ignored regular operating standards and did not circle the ship in search of his daughter. He further claims that the Navy and Coast Guard troops were given the inaccurate coordinates, which led them to probably search the wrong area of the water.
We automatically assumed that the authorities would get on board the ship when it docked, but they didn't. It's not their jurisdiction. That's when we started thinking, what's something not right here?
Tracy Medley, Rebecca's partner and co-worker aboard the Wonder, finally spoke up in 2017 about what happened on March 22, 2011. She alleges that evening she and Rebecca played with Medley's boyfriend. Medley claimed that in the weeks before, Rebecca had been upset about their fiery and passionate relationship. 2016 saw the discovery of a torn pair of shots in Rebecca's cabin's remaining personal belongings by investigator Ram. This, in the opinion of him and other law enforcement, indicated that there may have been a struggle or possibly a assault before her abduction. The Corium family became aware of activities on Rebecca's bank account and a password change on her Facebook many months after she vanished. Friends and relatives are still looking for answers to the same nagging issues more than 7 years later. Closure and answers are still required, even though the case has largely gone cold. Missy Beavers. Terry Missy Beavers was killed on April 18, 2016, while preparing to lead a fitness class at a nearby church by an unidentified assailant. Her case has gone unresolved for the past 7 years. Missy, a 45-year-old Texas resident and mother of 3, lived in Red Oak. She was a dedicated fitness enthusiast and ran her own classes. She had no opponents and was an engaged member of the community. Missy arrived at Midlothian's Creekside Church of Christ shortly after 4 a.m. to get ready for her early morning fitness class. She was getting ready for a notoriously intense lesson while instructing a gladiator boot camp in the classroom. At 5 in the morning, Missy was discovered by her students, who immediately called the police. She had several puncture wounds on her chest in addition to a head injury. When she was found, she was not moving. The moment the paramedics arrived, Missy passed away, and an inquiry into her murder got underway right away. Unsettling video from the church saw a person using a hammer to open and close different rooms all over the structure. They once used a hammer to smash open a door. The individual was dressed in a helmet, gloves, and shin guards. They also wore a vest bearing the word police on it. The FBI's assistance and some ostensibly reliable suspects did not prevent the investigation from coming to an end. Midlothian rapidly experienced unease as Missy's killer was still able to roam the streets. People online started searching the web for evidence to assist identify Missy's killer, but unfortunately to no avail. Emma Filipoff. Like many young people, Emma Filipoff, a young, free-spirited woman, had traveled to Victoria, British Columbia, to take in the splendor of the West Coast. However, others have recently hypothesized that Emma might have been evading something or someone in her life. People who knew Emma stated she was acting strangely days before she vanished and that it appeared as though she was going through a mental health crisis. Emma was last seen by 2 Victoria police officers who were asked to check on her somewhere between 7:30 and 8:30 p.m. in front of the Fairmont Empress Hotel, which is situated in the center of downtown Victoria. Dennis Quay, a friend of Emma's, had seen her aimlessly strolling the streets close to the hotel before the cops arrived. After a while of strolling and talking with her, Quay grew worried and dialed 911, citing a troubled woman in front of the hotel. The cops showed up to speak with Emma sometime about 7 o'clock. They conducted that she posed no threat to herself or anyone else after speaking with her for more than 40 minutes. In the minutes that followed, Emma vanished. Surveillance footage may show her constantly entering and exiting the YMCA near to downtown Victoria. Emma looks to be fidgeting with her hands in the picture, despite previous speculation that she might be clutching a phone. However, it appears from her behavior that she thought she might be being followed. After an interval of 1.5 years, a man was seen on CCTV entering a store in Vancouver's Gastown neighborhood with a crumpled-up poster of Emma. He asserted that Emma is his girlfriend and requests privacy. The man is captured on camera sporting a green shirt, several tattoos on his arms, and a pronounced limp. The shop owners promptly dialed 911, but according to Emma's mother, Shelley, the police didn't arrive until the next day to take a complaint. The man has never been named in the media, and Emma's case is still unresolved. What are your views on this video? Do you think these cases could have had a different approach, and with the CCTV footage, there could have been a better investigation? Let us know your views in the comment section below. Thank you for watching this video. If you liked our efforts in the research of this video, please make sure to like, share, and subscribe to our channel so that you never miss out on our content. Catch you in the next video.